Okay, como estas, amigos? Episode 22. I know what you're wondering. You normally say konnichiwa. Why are you speaking Spanish? Well, I think we have to celebrate Mr. Golden Boot, Javier Morilla. I mean, to be fair, if Morilla messes it up from here, it'll end up being Fernando Torres anyways, so it still stands, I guess. Anyways, we're home against the Kashima Antlers, and 30 minutes in, we've already conceded, which is fun. 2 minutes later, we try and get our own back with a header from a set piece, but unfortunately, we then conceded a second. There it is. The good old-fashioned goalkeeper can't hold on to the ball, and the attacker somehow gets to the rebound faster than our trillion defenders in the box do. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Kyanite, Karam, whatever you want to call yourself, move away from Nagasaki. I will be doing so in the summer. I will also be asking you guys for your input on where you think I should move. So let me know in the comments if you've got any ideas, provisional ideas where you'd like me to take into consideration. Because obviously when it comes to deciding where to move, it'll come down to submitting transfer requests. And I'll be looking to submit transfer requests to teams where I feel like I will be able to get game time, obviously. But anyways, 46th minute there. If I had slightly better upper body strength, I should have been able to, hold off the defender, and I would have been in a real good shooting position. Nonetheless, I managed to carve another shooting position from the edge of the box, but it was saved by the goalkeeper. Cross towards the back post. No one fancies attacking that one. Fair enough. And a minute later, this guy, who you guys, I'm sure, will recognise because of his annoying CR7 celebration and the fact that he's called Suzuki. Yes, he scores against us all the time when we play against Kashima Antlers. It was Yuma Suzuki. And when you're 3-0 down, 50 minutes in, why bother? Why bother? Similar scenario to what we had in the last episode. I was just trying to do my own thing and hoping I can get some more goals and some more assists. That was a good ball into one of our players. That was a good shot from me. And then the referee decides to give us a free kick. I eventually get substituted off. I don't feel like I necessarily played poorly, but you can't polish a turd. So when the whole team's playing poorly, I'm obviously limited on an individual scale as to how well I can play and how much I can do. And we did unfortunately end up losing the game. We lost 3-0, and my final rating was a boring 6.0. Next up, we had Shonan Bellmare, a team who are always in and around us in the table. They're not that strong, but they always seem to play quite well against us. But they take a goal kick, big guy up front wins a header, and they just score. It's just Route 1 football, and we can't defend. Right, I just had to restart my microphone halfway through that recording. So, yeah, that was the replay of the... I was very confused. 8 minutes or 7 minutes in, yeah, here it is. I'm not quite sure how we equalised there. Suzuki made the run to the front post and capitalised off the ball coming back off the post. Apologies if the last bit before when my mic went bad sounds a bit distorted. You probably now know why, because my mic decided to give up on me mid-recording. But hopefully it should still be legible what I was trying to say. Anyhow, I do what I do best. If there's one thing you can put money on, it's me running down the right wing and trying to get some sort of ball into the box. Should be used to it by now. 28 minutes in, they take a shot after cutting inside, and it goes just wide. But in the 29th minute, I attempt a through ball. Fortunately, our striker can't get to it, and quite literally seconds later, they then pick the ball up in midfield, and they're very, very quick on the counter-attack, our Shonan Bellmare, and Takatomi ended up finding the back of the net. I mean, you can see me running back here. There's only so much I can do. 1 second, I'm up the other end of the pitch trying to do my attacking duties, and if I don't, the manager's going to give me a poor rating. And then I have to get back because my centre-back and the rest of the two... I mean, bear in mind, we play two defensive midfielders that are meant to cover us, are just as bad. And, it's just... We're doing two players' jobs in one. Anyhow, Suzuki drilled the ball across goal to Javier Morilla. And, yeah, he made it 2-2. 78th minute. I pick up the ball just on the edge of the box and decide to pull the trigger, but the shot was probably a little too straight towards a goalkeeper. And eventually, with 5 minutes to go, we do get substituted off. Murillo was in 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, probably didn't realise how close by the centre-back was to him. And, yeah, probably should have shot himself and probably would have stood a decent chance of, you know, forcing a corner or at least getting a shot on target. And it's funny to see ex-Celtic player Ambrose in Japan as well, if you guys noticed that, centre-back. Anyways, we got a rating of 6.5 for that last game, and finally, in this episode, we are up against Team KFC, which is the Urawa Red Dragons, of course. 11 minutes in, Kikuchi not only scored, but decided to do his best Michael Jackson celebration for the goal celebration. I'm not really quite sure why he decided to do that. But it was a decent goal nonetheless. Once again down this right-hand side. I've been blessed with the crappier of the three centre-backs, as you can tell. And, yeah, 29 minutes in, Andrew Naboot, Australian international, who was 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, but didn't manage to score. Fancy footwork from myself, but the ball comes to nothing. More fancy footwork, more balls into the box, more volleys skied high. And here I'm just huffing and puffing for no reason, really. But as long as, you know, we're only 1-0 down, we always stand a chance of staying in the game. You know how positive I always am. Or maybe not, because Martinez scores. Yeah, teams are just clinical against us. But then again, you look at this there. You know, one of the centre-backs pushes into midfield, and you're playing with no full-backs and just two centre-backs. The balance is just not right in this team at all in terms of tactics. 42nd minute, I shoot, it gets saved, and yeah. Anyways, we pick the ball up in the wide area, it gets played into me across goal, and to be fair to the centre-back, he gives me a bit of help directing the ball into the goal. Probably sick and tired of seeing this now, where I'm meant to be playing as a right midfielder and I come central and get in the box. But, you know, it says a lot when it just looks, and it just is. I have more hunger and determination to get into that 6-yard box and you know, give the guys in the wide areas options to cross the ball to. And I pop up again, me to Delgado, and before you know it, I've got an assist. And we're 2-1 up against the Urawa Red Diamonds away from home, which, you know, would be a massive result for us. 56 minutes, another assist from yours truly. Easy through ball, really, to Kono. This assist lark is quite easy, really, when your teammates are actually making runs into the channels in front of you, isn't it? So, yeah, he couldn't really miss from there. He could have even sweated it across goal, but he didn't feel like he had the need to. And it was just same and same again. I actually had the left back in my back pocket, which doesn't happen very often actually, because some of these Japanese players are quite pacey. I pop up again, left foot. It would be like, if I can just in training improve my shooting and weak foot accuracy, like the number of times I kind of have those left-footed shots, if I can actually start getting them on target, I guarantee at least like 50% of them would start actually going in, and it would improve my conversion rate so much. But anyways, we won, and we finally got man of the match for a rating of 9.0. So it leaves us in 14th on 34 points, 6 points off 17th, which means we probably just about have enough of us to stay safe from the relegation zone. There are still a couple more league games to play, but all we're bothered about next is the Emperor Cup final. So I'm really looking forward to the next episode, and hopefully you guys are too. See you next time.